Age of the Origins is a strategy game for iOS and Android devices. Using machine guns, missile launchers and other weapon systems, players must defend their cities against attacks coming from both players and zombies. To do this, nothing easier. Pick between multiple types of troops, send them to fight, gather resources and make your village the largest and most peaceful city. To help you with that, join an alliance, raise the favors of your new empire and conquer territories until the whole world is yours. Download the game through the link in the description and use my promo code Pantoufleee by following the steps attached. Let's roll the video. You know what's greater than Gravity Falls coming back all of a sudden? It would be for Wargaming to announce that the T49A, the missile tier 7 T49, would come back into Blitz. And it seems like it's your lucky day. Before continuing on the topic, the T49A that you can see on the screen right now is basically a T49 Wargaming released at tier 7 2 years ago that featured missiles. Every time he shot, it had guided missiles, as you can see on the video right there, that are working the exact same as the Sheridan when it was back in the day still an ATGM tank. Now it would be close to the Sheridan missiles that you all had the chance to get during an event. And pretty much that thing is extremely annoying for main reasons. The first reason is its tier, because we're talking about a tank that features a derp gun quite the same as the regular T49, even if the DPM is lowered down a little bit because you can only shoot with heat, but you still have 560. At that tier, it's enough for you to kill mainly all tanks you will encounter, not because they are a one-shot to you, but because during the heat of the battle, you just need one of the enemies to take one shot of 300 or 400, for you to sneak out, just derp your missile and boom, it's over. So you're literally a one-shotter at tier 7. And the second factor that you might not be too familiar with is the device's crew damage. It means the chances you have every time your shell penetrates to destroy either to kill a crew member or to destroy a module. And trust me, this is extremely effective because you have the best out of all the tanks at tier 7, which means that every time you shoot, you are either gonna ammo-rack your target, therefore one-shotting it, or at least destroy something about it, which makes this thing extremely annoying. And I know that for sure, this device to crew damage is something from the past because Wargaming changed it on the T49 back in the days, and they probably did the same for the T49A, because if they don't, when they're going to release it again, it's going to be extremely frustrating for most players. But enough of presentations, let's jump straight into the why this tank is coming back. If you're familiar with YouTube and especially data miners on YouTube, you probably already heard about what Lexa. It's basically a Russian data miner that is teasing maybe 4, 5, 6 months in advance what Wargaming wants to do. We don't know how he got those informations. Maybe he's working for Wargaming, maybe not. We don't have a clue. All we know is that this guy right there knows exactly everything. He was the first one to know about the Annihilator the first time it was introduced, and it was 3 months before the actual release. We had plenty of new stuff like the Sheridan missiles, like 60 TP, etc, etc, and you definitely want to subscribe to him. His channel is right there. You just type what Lexa and you will find. And basically this guy released a video called T49A soon what Blitz, and of course it made me curious about it. So I checked the comment, and there is this guy, Alif R, that is gonna ask, is T49A coming again at 18 March 22? And what Lexa is saying, yeah. Why? Because at the end, he's teasing a trailer. He's teasing a date. He's teasing the day of the reintroduction of the T49A. Something to mention about the T49 ATGM, talking over the video Engel released a couple of years ago, is that it's going to be totally different if it's implemented again. Simply over the fact that back in the days, you just had to right-click and the missile will auto-guide itself. All you had to do was securing a right-click on the SU-152 that you see right there in order for your shell to go directly in. Now Wargaming patched that because it gave a huge advantage to PC players, because auto-aim was not a thing on mobile, and therefore now we are left alone with the regular and similar one that we have on the Sheridan missile, the similar accuracy technique, which is you need to keep your cursor on your enemy in order for your shell to be guided, because your shell will go exactly where you're aiming. For example, here on this shot, Angel is aiming straight at the T49, and now he's turning his back. in the regular mode in the nowadays Blitz. If he does that, the missile will go on the IS or close to the IS. Here, it was not the case. Back in the days, your shell went straight into your opponent. And of course, it made it completely broken. Not to mention the number of ammo racks you're getting, because literally with this tank, you could get 2 to 3 ammo racks per game. I remember my biggest one being 5 ammo racks in one freaking game. You could do 5,000-6,000 damage quite easily with it. And on top of that, thanks to its premium status, you earned a lot of credit. Now, it's probably not going to be possible, so it's just going to be a regular missile tank. Now, I would be curious to see how Wargaming will implement it. Not so long ago, in the 7.8 update, if I'm not mistaken, or 7.9, I don't really remember, I'm sorry, Wargaming got rid of the regular Sheridan. Not of the whole tank, but at least what made it special, aka the missiles. And they put it back on the new tank called Sheridan Missiles. And if Wargaming is implementing again a missile tank directly in the matchmaking, I see two possibilities. Either it's going to have its own special matchmaking, where you are only gonna fight against other T49s, which would make it a little bit boring because I don't see the interest right there. Or we are lucky kind of enough to get the tank directly in regular battles and maybe being unlockable totally. Because something I forgot to mention is that this tank, back in the days, was available 1 month only. For all the people that unlocked the T49A, including me, we did not have the chance to keep the tank after 1 month of event. And maybe Wargaming is going to try this again by allowing us to only play it for 30 days and after, book, getting rid of the tank. If it's the case, I would still be pretty happy with it, because obviously that tank was one hell of a one to play with, even if it meant that every time you play that, you ruin the game for others. Something fun to notice about the T49A, Wargaming decided to remove the tank completely from the statistics of the player. Maybe because they wanted to erase the bad memories you could get with the tank, because when you take a look at it, it was a tier 7 tank, and it's not available anymore in my statistics, knowing that I had this account and I played with this account when I unlocked the tank. So well, I don't know where it is, maybe it's somewhere else, but I did not find it, but I'm pretty much sure that Wargaming just wanted to get rid of it. So, is the T49A making a comeback, or is it just pure speculation by Wotlexa? Personally, I trust him, and this is why I'm making this video right now, and hopefully, if it comes back, it will come back in a different form, but still a fun one, in order for us to get back the good old days where we could literally ammo rack everything. So hopefully, if you enjoyed, feel free to subscribe, like, and share. Tell me your opinion on the T49A in the comments, and tell me also if you had the chance to play the tank or not. I would be curious to know how many of you are OGs of the game, but also of the channel. Yeah.